Hey there. Oh, it's been a million years. Pretty excited though to be back doing this with you guys. I'm going to do a really basic silver clay tutorial today. Um, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. And I just realized that there's a little block, so there we go. Okay. Um, so let's get into it. Art Clay Silver. This is the package that I use. Everything is in my Amazon store, of course. This is a 50-gram pack. It's very expensive. Don't start with this. Get the 20-gram pack. It still looks the same, but it'll have a smaller amount in it, obviously. You can store your silver clay in this. It's preferable not to. I have a Cool Tools hydrator. It has a little sponge here and a sponge here, and then you just kind of keep it loosely wrapped because silver clay does dry out very fast. You can salvage it when it does dry out. It's just kind of, it's a little extra work, so it's just best to go ahead and keep it hydrated. This is another alternative, the homemade kind. As long as you have an airtight container, get a little wet sponge and just keep it in there like that. And like I said, just keep it loose in your saran wrap. Work surface, a lot of times I do just work on this, but for today I'll go ahead and work on this. And then your various necessary other little items. I'm just going to be doing a quick little silver charm today to get you guys acquainted, and then like I said, I'll do more and more and more and more. Keep your hands hydrated. You can put olive oil on them. Again, I have a Cool Tools, this stuff, it's called Slick, and I think it's like a soy situation, but I just rub it on there, and then you can kind of also rub it into the clay as you're working to keep it hydrated as well. Just pinch off a little bit at a time. I'm not making anything that big, so this is plenty big. And then I just throw this right back into here. You don't have to mess with it as much as you do polymer clay. You don't have to condition it as much. But what I'm going to do is just get a stamp and find an area that I like. I kind of like this little heart area. Just to be on the safe side, go ahead and put something on this. Again, you can take olive oil and just take your finger and rub it in there. Cool Tools. I am not promoted at all by Cool Tools. I just happen to like their stuff. And just spray it in there on the area that you want. And then find a little flat area, which, let's see. I'm just going to roll it around a little bit on here. The edges sometimes will crack, and that just happens. So I'm going to place that on there. You can use cards on each side. I have these little guides. I think I got them on Amazon, and if I did, I'll put them on in my store. And then just your roller, and then go halfway and out and halfway and out like this. So you have your little imprint there. And then I'm just going to stick it on here and take my cutter. So a lot of this just like regular polymer clay, except you have to work a little faster and whatnot. So I'm just gonna, I usually just blow this out like that. So there you have your piece that's going to be made into something. This, squinch it back up and put it back in. And I usually work it right into the ball. Don't just smash it right on top. So work it all the way back in. And then loosely wrap it back up and put it in your little hydrator, whatever you're using, cover it up. So there. So now that you have this, it needs to dry. And there's two ways that you can do that. You can either wait like 24 hours for it to dry, but I'm way too impatient for that. So I just use my handy dandy little, hold on. My heat gun. I am going to make a little starter hole on this. Sure I am. Here we go. Any kind of piercing tool. You can use a paper clip or anything like that, but wherever you want to make your hole. Excuse me, since I'm not going to be soldering this one. So you want to make it far down enough. This is another thing. Silver clay does shrink. It does shrink up a little bit. So you're going to want to make sure that your hole is big enough. I'm not going to make the actual hole yet. But you want to make it far enough down when you're just doing your little starter hole. So I'm going to do it like right about here. Because after I dry this, I'm going to go in with my little hand drill and then make it a nice size hole, because like I said, it does shrink. So give me a second. I'm going to go use this, and it's going to be loud. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is dry now. It's hard. I mean, it's not rock hard, but you know, you can pick it up and whatnot, but you don't want to manhandle it too much, because you know it'll crumble. Not really crumble, but it'll break. But you can tell that it's dry because it is now more of a whitish color as opposed to like that taupey khaki wet color. And also as you're drying it, you can see that color kind of go away. I only put my my heat gun maybe 2 inches away. I just kind of sit there and hold it like this. I do each side for less than a minute, maybe 45 seconds, and that usually is pretty good. I need to put you on hold again. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Also, I think I blew by these kind of fast. What I was saying about the cards is you could take a deck of cards, and to however thick you want your piece to be, just stack up, you know, 4 cards, 5 cards, whatever you want. Put them on each side and then roll in between. You don't have to get these. Although, I don't think these were very expensive. And they had 3 sizes. This is a 1.5. And then they came with a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5, plus these mats. So, it was a good deal as far as I was concerned. So now I'm just going to take and do 2 things. So I'm going to make my little hole. And do this very slowly. Just take your time with it. You don't want to rush it because you don't want to risk cracking it, because, like I said, this stuff is expensive. And then I take all my shavings and put them in here, because you can get enough to make another little patty. I had enough shavings and whatnot that I was able to grind it all down and make like another 20 grams. So it works, you know, you can just keep doing that. Save you a little bit of money. You don't want to throw it away. It's just like gold. All right, so now I have a nice big hole that hopefully you saw and that I was in camera with. And then my edges are a little rough here. So I use these little sanding pads. They're like little sponges, but they're little pads. I usually use a 600. As you can see, this one is well worn. For these pieces, if you want your back really flat, just kind of do circular motion. You can get it really flat on the back, but always on the sides. Almost always. I got to put you on hold. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm working my other job while I'm doing this. Okay. So if you can see, there's a little bit. Oh, I see that it's going blurry. It's going blurry. Ugh. Anyway, there's a... It definitely does not want to focus. Okay. There's, you know, just a... I just like my edges a little nicer than this. So just kind of hold it and file away. Again, I'm going to go over my... And just go around the edge so that you have a nice flat edge all the way around. Because however it looks when you go to fire it, that's how it's going to look when it turns to silver. So if you have all these weird raw edges, unless that's the look you want, go right ahead. Because you know me, I am all about an organic raw edge. Well, that is if you know me. Hopefully I have new people. It's the new year, new people. Hopefully I have a lot of my regulars. That's great too. So I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead. I do all my firing out in the garage. So I'm going to put you on pause again and we're going to go outside. Okay. I'm back and I just decided to bring everything inside and do it in here. And I forgot something, but I can use something else. All right, so this is just a charcoal block. I'm going to use this side. This is the baking sheet. I have a little thing of water over here. And then I just use this little torch. This is a little butane torch. Works great, fine, perfect, wonderful. So the first thing is I'm going to turn it on. Got my little fire. I can hold that down. And then you're just going to kind of go around. The bushy part of the flame is this back part, this, I guess, front part of the flame. You don't want it up here where this point, this tip is. You want it where this bushy part is. And just kind of go around in circles around it, right next to it. You're going to see that it's going to look like it's caught on fire. And that is the binder that's in the clay that is burning off. So you should see that here in a minute. It's going to turn brown like it is. See, it's getting nice and smoky. And then caught fire. Look, of course my butane's going to fall. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm so sorry. Fortunately for you guys, this is just going to be one long, nice video, except for me going, need to pause, need to pause, need to pause. But for me, it feels very discombobulated. And I do apologize for that if it seems that way. But if you're new to my videos, it's kind of what you can expect. Alright, so we'll turn this back on. Go back in. No harm, no foul as far as starting back over with this. Just going to go around in circles. That's literally it. It's going to turn that brown color. Actually, it already did that. So, usually it would turn brown and then do that little burn off. And then it'll turn white. And then now it's got that fiery orange glow. I don't know if you can see that. But you hold on to that fiery orange glow for a little while. And you'll see it kind of shrink up a little bit. Not as much as like a shrinky dink, but you'll see it shrink up a little bit. And then that's how you know that you're pretty close. You can kind of see that there's a change that happens. I don't really know how to describe it, but it definitely happens. To where you can tell, oh, you know what? All those little binders are off and everything is good. And then you just take it and throw it in your water. It's going to go blink. Okay. And then you can take it right out. Be careful because your block is going to be hot. And then I usually use a Dremel with brass burr on it. But you can use these brushes, and these are in my Amazon store. And then just brush off. Brush off all the white stuff so that you get the silver stuff. You can see silver now. Do the front. I like these brushes because they have the little end and the big end. The Dremel pieces work a little better, obviously, but if you are limited, then just do this. So, here's your little charm that, I don't know why, there we go, yay. So you can keep it like this, throw a jump ring in, throw it on a necklace, do whatever you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and throw a patina on this. If I can find a piece of paper. There we go. I'm just going to throw something on here to darken it up on the little crevices. I'm using this Midas Black Max that you can get at Rio Grande. You might be able to get, I have one in my Amazon shop that works really well also, but just take a brush. You don't want to touch this. It is acid. And I usually wear a mask, but I'm just doing a little bit right here, so I'm just going to do that. And you can see it's totally black. I can put that on a little better. And I'm just going to slide this in the water and wash that off a little bit. Okay. And then I use one of my little pads again. I will use, I'm going to use the 600 again. If I can find it, here it is. And just take that right off, just the top layer, so that everything is settled in the crevices there. So you can see how that looks. And then of course the back will have some stuff on it too. Just do the same thing. And then I will take just a polishing cloth and put it face down and go like this so that it really gets that shiny gets the part that's, you know, not a crevice. It makes it real shiny, so it looks like that, if you can tell. So there you go. Throw a jump ring in there and you're all set to go. I will have a link to my link tree in the description, and that will get you everywhere. It gets you, hopefully, if you're not on my Happy Face group, my Happy Place Facebook group, go ahead and join that. It's got my website, it's got my Amazon store, it's got everything. So good to be back. I hope to be doing much more this year, guys, with videos. So leave any comments that you would like. They'll get better. I just have been out of the loop for so long, so I appreciate you staying around. Thanks. Bye.